Amazon seller listing strategies for getting more sales. If you're running a whole bunch of Amazon PPC ads and you're just not profitable, you're not getting the results that you want to see, then you probably have a conversion issue with your listing. So you probably need to improve your product photos, your title, your bullet points, your EBC area. Something is wrong with your listing. And so that's what we're going to be covering in this video. We're going to be looking at a product that I recently bought that is just killing it with their Amazon listing. They've got a ton of social proof. They've got some really good photos, some really good sales copy. Overall, they've got some really great sales strategies that they're implementing with their Amazon listing. So we're going to be going through the different strategies that they're implementing so that you can mimic and copy some of those to implement in your Amazon listing. So before we jump into that, let me tell you who I am. My name is Ian Smith and I run an Amazon marketing agency called Evolve Media. We work with a lot of Amazon sellers and we help them with getting their conversion rate higher on their Amazon listing by creating a whole bunch of great photo, written, and video content for them to better sell their products. So if you're wanting to sell your products better, increase your conversion rate, increase your return on ad spend with your PPC, decrease your return rate, decrease your ACoS, then book a free call with me by going to evolvemediaagency.com. Also, we've got a free Amazon listing checklist. So if you're wanting to go through our checklist and improve your listing on your own or with your own internal team, then I highly recommend you go to zonchecklist.com. Get access to this completely free Amazon listing checklist. It's very comprehensive. It's got a lot of points that you need to be implementing for all the different aspects and section of your listing. You know, the product photos, the title, the bullet points, the EBC, all that kind of stuff. It's got a lot of great valuable information in there. So either now or after this video, head over to zonchecklist.com. All right, so now we're here at my computer desk and I'm gonna show you my screen and show you what this amazing Amazon listing looks like. Now, their first picture is right there. It's just a picture of goggles. Now, this is just ski goggles. I'm here in Colorado and I just wanted to get some ski goggles because I wanna go skiing. So bought these and real quick, let's talk about the pros and the cons. So the pros, we'll start with that. I mean, first of all, they have a ton of reviews, and that's something that you can't necessarily do yourself. I mean, it kind of just comes with time and being a top seller, but they do got a ton of reviews. They've got over 1,000 answered questions, which is something that you can control. If you don't have a lot of answered questions, you can actually post questions and then answer them yourself or have your buddies or us, we can help you get more answers to questions. So you can literally get a whole lot more questions and answers on your listing. That's something definitely controllable and it doesn't look sketchy in Amazon's eyes. It's just kind of like filling out an FAQ section. So that's really good to see. They've got the bestseller badge, which I mean, obviously it's great to look at somebody that's winning, but what can we learn from them, right? That's what we're going to try to extract is seeing what they're doing right. So they're doing the answered questions right. I don't know how they're getting those, but maybe they're just coming in naturally. They've got a coupon on the listing, which is always great. People love to feel like they're getting a deal, feel like they're saving money. So having a coupon is definitely great. Even if you got to inflate your price a little bit so that you can then discount it back down with a coupon, that's going to definitely help you with your conversions. Next, they are actually brand registered, which means they have EBC, they have store setup capabilities, and they can put videos on their listing. So if you click right here, that's actually going to bring you to their store, which is really good because if you don't have a store, it's just going to bring you to search results, which is no bueno. It's not good. You need to have a store setup. So that's really good. And then a big selling point with these particular goggles is OTG, over the glasses. So right here, one of their first images is wear with your glasses, 5.3 by 1.65. So they give you internal dimensions, you know, saying, hey, measure your glasses, make sure that they're going to fit. So this may help with their product return rate by giving you the internal dimensions or like what dimensions your glasses can be. That's going to help you with decreasing your product return rate when you're upfront and giving them that information so that they don't have to go looking through the customer questions and answers section. Now, another pro that they have is that they are actually telling you and kind of giving you like a mock-up of how much shade, how much light this is going to reduce by giving you this image showing the mountains as what it would look like through the goggles versus what it would look like without the goggles. They're telling you 100% UV shuts. Now that is something that I don't know if a lot of people know what it is, and they also say here VLT 11%. Now this is something that A lot of people may not know exactly what that is, so they do define it in their listing, but this is a con for them, is that they should define it either in their bullet points or in this image, just saying what VLT stands for. So if you are curious what it is, let me just scroll down to their EBC area, and right here it says VLT is visible light transmission. The higher the number means that less light is going to come through. The lower the number is for sunny days. So that means that it's going to block out more light. The higher the percentage means it's going to block out less light. So the higher VLT percentage is for night and heavily clouded. So they should put this little image up in their actual product photo. So that's a con for them. They may want to, if you click on their images right here, you can see that they don't have all spaces actually taken up. They've got 7 spaces. They may be able to put some more images. Now they do have a couple videos on the listing. That may be why that they actually can't have more images, but they really should define VLT and tell you like why that's good, why that's bad, and what this 11% really means. So I would say that's a con, but it's a pro for them actually putting it in there if you did already know what VLT stands for. Now, another pro for them is that it definitely seems like they are looking at their customer questions and answers and getting the information out of there and then putting it in their product photos, because some of the information that they're putting here in the product photos seems like they're answering FAQs. It fits with a ski helmet and it is bendable, fog-free, clear vision. So they're telling you the benefits that they may have gotten questions in the past of people saying, hey, is this going to fog up? Hey, how bendable is this? Now, one thing they say here is another thing that they probably should have just written out, TPU frame. I don't personally know what that means. I don't know how many people out there really know what bendable TPU frame means. Plastic, I guess, for increased safety and comfort. So maybe they should have just written out TPU. I don't know what that means, but enjoy a fantastic skiing experience with excellent optical clarity and no fogging. Okay, so this image, I want to put this in the con column because this is just a picture. Yeah, it's great that like you see what they look like being worn on a model or whatever, but they should have put here some text saying more information into what benefits they can extract from this, like cuts out a lot of sunlight, very comfortable with when worn with a hat, great for cold days and warm days, just some little text. Basically, they're just wasting opportunity on not adding additional text into this photo right here. Okay, so a pro for this video right here is that he does a really great job explaining the features and benefits. He actually shows what it looks like, a quick little shot of looking through the actual lenses, showing what the glasses, how glasses fit inside the lenses. Now they go over it kind of quickly. They probably should show things a little bit slower, but there you go. They're showing the looking through the goggles, gives you a little bit of an idea of what it actually looks like instead of a mock-up, a real life visual. There they are showing you how it fits with a helmet. So they do cover some good concerns that people may have in their head. They show the bendability. So when you're making videos, try to do this same thing. Try to address concerns, answer frequently asked questions, really focus on the benefits of the product and what it will bring, the results that it will bring to the actual user. A benefit here would be, when it blocks out the sunlight, how does it look? Is it going to be super dark? Is it going to be super clear? Is it going to actually like make the white of the snow in the mountain easier to see details and things like that? Or is it just going to, blend it all out? So another pro for their videos is that they've got a great testimonial video right here. Now, it's a little bit weird that this guy is in like Florida. I mean, you see palm trees. He's in a very warm environment and he's reviewing ski goggles, which, it probably would have been a little bit better if they were actually shot, on the mountain or with people that are on skis and snow is around. It would have been maybe a little bit more credible. This guy does a good job though, but ultimately you want to have multiple testimonial videos. If you can have like 3, 4, or 5 testimonial style videos of people giving their thoughts and impressions on your product, talking about the selling points, which is basically what this guy's doing now. You can probably tell, you can't tell because you're not watching him, but basically he's pitching the product. So I would guess that they hired this guy. They're paying this guy to give them some kind of review. I don't think this guy is like super non-biased because he really doesn't say like any negatives at all about the product. So that's another recommendation for you is I would say try to tell your reviewers, your testimonial people, tell them pros, but also tell them a couple cons, things that they don't like about the product, because that will help you reduce your product return rate. So I highly recommend invest in getting some testimonial videos. We can help you get those. Again, go to evolvemediaagency.com, book a call with me, and we can talk about how many testimonial style videos like this that you're wanting to get done, so you can put them on your listing. You can put it in the actual URL slider, video slider near the bottom of your listing, and it's going to really help build trust, credibility, third-party validation, authority in your space, and really make it seem like your product is selling a lot and it's something that they're going to be happy with if they do actually purchase it. All right, so moving on to the EBC A+ area, one big pro that you have got to do if you are selling on Amazon. Like, this is a must. Every seller must be doing it, but honestly, I don't see it that much happening. It is putting in social proof, validation, saying tested and trusted by more than 1 million plus skiers and snowboarders. Like, that's huge. That is great credibility. It may not even be true. I mean, I don't even know how Amazon would get them to prove that. I don't know how you prove something like this. So essentially, you could fudge the truth a little bit. I mean, you could basically throw out a number, and then at some point in your business's life, it will be true, right? And there's no way for you to really back it up. But saying something like tested and trusted by more than X amount of moms, or tested and trusted by more than 100,000 doctors, or whatever your demographic is, your customer avatar, this is a great image to have. I highly recommend that you have something like this in your EBC area and in your actual product photos. That could have been the line of text that they put in that one product photo where the guy was just wearing goggles and just looking up into the sky. This would have been a great line of copy to put in that image right there. So another image, I mean, this is kind of just pointless. They probably should have added in a little bit of sales copy in there, so that's a con for them. I mean, it's cool to see people skiing and stuff, but it doesn't really sell me on their goggles. I mean, maybe they're trying to go for social proof and be like, oh yeah, this professional skier, snowboarder, with these guys are wearing our products. So I guess they're going more after third-party validation, social proof with that, but it's not like super duper clear that these are their goggles. Like, honestly, maybe those look like their goggles, but I know they've got multiple goggles in their lineup, but I don't know. I think they kind of missed the boat on that image. The goggles that trusted by the pros. That doesn't even make sense. The goggles that trusted by the pros. So that seems like a con where the words are not, maybe they should put apostrophe S. The goggles that's trusted that are, maybe they forgot the word that are trusted by the pros. So they messed up there. They should probably proofread their listing a little bit better. Compatible with any ski helmet, wear your glasses. So again, they have the dimensions. Now, I'm a big fan, and we talk about this in our Zon checklist. Go to zonchecklist.com. In our Amazon listing checklist, we talk about putting things in both places. The EBC and the product photos, put the same information in both, just in case somebody doesn't look through all your product photos and they look in the EBC, or if they don't look at your EBC and they look in the product photos, you're still covered in both places. So they do a good job of that. They talk about the bendable frame. They talk about the VLT light transmission. Now, they actually define it in their EBC area. Like I said, they don't define it in their product photos, which I think they should. And then they have a very brief just showing that the goggles come with a little bag. I think they should be more obvious with that. Be very obvious of what's included in your product packaging, what exactly they're going to get. Now, they should have just said like what's included, or made this little section a little bit larger. But they do say it right here. Package includes goggles and a carrying pouch. So I can't hate on them too bad for that. A lot of pros with this little section right here. They got the specs, the dimensions, they've got the package includes, and then this little part right here, notices, is really great for reducing product return rate. Highly recommend having a little notice or disclaimer section saying that, hey, something to know is that you should store the goggles like this, and in order to not damage the anti-fog thing, blah, blah, blah. So just telling them, as they get customer complaints, as they get product returns, as they just learn and get customer questions and answers down here, then they're going to be putting that information into their listing in the product photos in the EBC area and stuff like that. Now, I kind of browsed over it, but another pro for this listing is that they have 4 videos in their URL slider that are actually their product. So these 4 right here are actually their product being highlighted, showcased in the actual video, which is great to see. And then this is a competitor's product. This one right here, competitor, 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 competitor. So the more videos that you can get shot with your product, the better you're going to be able to sell your product and be able to drown out your competition. As more and more videos get put on your listings video slider, you'll be able to put your videos there, or have whoever reviewed it, or have third-party people. You see, they uploaded it right there, Outdoor Master, that's their brand, and then they have these other people upload it on their own. It's very easy to, you click upload your video right there, and you can drown out your competition and have more videos on your actual own listing. Now, a couple of other quick pros before I talk about a couple of cons is that they've got a ton of customer images. If we just click right here, I mean, you can just scroll for days to look at all their customer images. And that's something that's kind of hard to control. I mean, you can't necessarily control how many people review your product and review with images. So that just comes with time. But the more that you get your conversion rate higher, the more likely you'll be able to get more reviews, get more sales, and ultimately have more product reviews. But photo reviews, sorry. You definitely want to have multimedia reviews. You don't want to just have a whole bunch of written reviews. You want to really try to get some photo reviews and video reviews. Another pro that they've got, which is another hard thing to control, is the top reviews. So these are the reviews that people found most helpful. When you look at this area, I always see like the second or third one is like a 1-star review, but these guys have 5-star, 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 5-star. Okay, now here is a 1-star review. So at the very bottom, then you got to click on see all reviews and things like that. But man, somehow, I don't know if they did it or it's just luck, but a lot of people have clicked on the helpful button, upvoted their higher review, their higher star count reviews to get those to the top. So when you just do a quick scroll through their reviews, all you see is 5 stars and all you see is reviews with images. So they're doing a really, really good job on their review game. However they're following up on their reviews and getting them to get reviews, I mean, it's working. All right, so to wrap things up, let me tell you about a couple of quick cons, things to avoid when you're doing a listing like this and what they actually did. So if we look at their last image right here, they just have an image of like the different options, right? Like sunny, black, gold, if it's cloudy, orange, blue, night. They're not exactly telling you that this product comes with these lenses or you can buy these. They're offered in their store. It's easy to interchange the lenses. The other goggles that they offer, it's like super easy. It's like magnetic. You just pop on a new lens. It doesn't really say anywhere on this listing how easy it is to interchange the lenses. So this just 7th image right here is kind of pointless. I wish they would have said a little bit of explainer text saying like, super easy to interchange lenses, or more lenses available on our store, or giving more insight as to what this image is. Like, I guess it's good information to know. Yeah, if it's cloudy, I should wear orange goggles. If it's sunny, I should wear blue goggles. This was kind of wasted. So always try to look at your images and look at your listing and think like, am I giving enough information here? Is there any questions that they could have in their head when they look at this image? Because they're kind of dropping the ball on that image, I feel like. Other things is like, I think their font should be larger with their images. So this has pretty small font. I mean, they definitely have the room to make the font larger. If right now I'm looking on a computer, so the image is very large, but on a cell phone, the image is very small. So it may be hard to read, especially when people have eye problems. So making their font larger in the actual product images is something that I think they should do. I personally like to make my font really large, really clear, and fill every picture with font, some kind of sales copy, because I think this is definitely wasted opportunity. And they probably could have put even a little bit more sales copy in this image right here. All right, so there you have it. Hopefully you learned some good stuff, some good takeaways from this video, talking about the pros and cons of this listing that is obviously killing it, doing really well with sales. So hopefully you learned what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. Really just give as much information as possible in your listing. And if you want to take your listing to the next level and get it converting a lot better, I highly recommend go to zonchecklist.com, get access to our free Amazon listing checklist. It's gonna definitely teach you some new stuff that I didn't talk about in this video, and it's gonna help you get your listing converting in a much better way, a much better place, and get your Amazon PPC. When you're spending that hard-earned money, when you're spending that money on those ads and it's just not converting at a good return on ad spend, it's not giving you a good cost of sale, the ACoS. If that's not in a good place, then you probably need to revisit your listing, your product photos, your EBC, and try to get your conversion rate higher by revamping those things. So zonchecklist.com is going to help you out with that. And if you want to book a free consulting call with me, then head over to evolvemediaagency.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.